Hey guys, hold up 1 second. I am going through some more problems trying to figure all this right here out. Give me a second. Let me see if I can go ahead and load the music down. Yes. So, hey, you mean I forgot that fast? YouTube be changing, not YouTube, StreamYard, be changing up so much, which I like it. It's just that I have to take time to go ahead and figure it out, okay? So give me a second. All right, guys, welcome to Unapologetic Real Talk. Yes, I see Island Girl is in the house. Hey, guys, welcome to Unapologetic Real Talk. Guys, look, I was having so much problems for some reason. I cannot go ahead and transfer, files, pictures to my laptop. For some reason it's not allowing it to load up. I don't know what's going on, guys. I promise you I don't know what's going on. So all you have to do now is just see this face. Okay, I wanted to go ahead and put some pictures up, especially when it comes to my refrigerator. Okay, I wanted to go ahead and put that up because I saw where when it came to Ayamawa, he went to some appliance store in Africa to go ahead and purchase one, and he act like he didn't know exactly what it means, which I don't give him no excuse at all. And the reason why I don't give him no excuse because he traveled all over the world and he know that everything is all updated and modern. And now when it comes to telling the refrigerator to talk and open, now I don't have that, but I have the one where you can see inside of all your products and stuff. All you have to do is just tap and it's gonna light up and you can see what's inside. So I see, yes, Island Girl was in the house, gave me 2 hands. My girl Starbucks lover said, hey Lady D in chat. Eva Miller is in the house. Thank you, guys. Thank you for coming in. Give me a thumbs up if you can go ahead and hear me. Give me a thumbs up. I say, let me come live because, when it comes to YouTube be putting me way back there in the boondocks, guys. So make sure you give me some thumbs up, share this live for more unapologetic content because you know exactly how YouTube be doing me. So I hope my mic is not loud because I'm also on TikTok, which I don't do no updates when it comes to all this right here. I talk more about my spiritual stuff. So if you want to hear more about you can come on TikTok. So let me go ahead and load this down. Let me know if I'm too loud. See if I'm screaming in your face. I hope I'm not screaming in your face because for some reason I went ahead and I turned my mic up, okay? Because for some reason when I'm on TikTok, everybody be saying, "Oh, it sounds like I'm so low." Okay, so I am so glad to be back to YouTube. YouTube is my home, guys. I was just feeling, like, hey, my guy, you guys got to show me some love. YouTube, like I said, I love coming on here, whether it's rain, sleep, or snow. I always tell you guys, I love coming on here. But also, you guys got to show some support because YouTube is going to continue throwing me in the back, continue, not really putting my videos out. And also, YouTube gives you grades. So if they see when it comes to my content, and I'm very passionate when I come on and I talk about certain topics. I don't just come on and say, oh, I'm just saying that just to go ahead and mock or poke fun. I'm going to call it like it is. In here is unapologetic real talk. But you also have to share these lives, guys, and make sure you go ahead and show me some support because, if I'm just only gaining no more than 500 views, watching this video, no, I'm not going to dummy myself because I truly believe, honey, I'm not going to make myself feel like somebody is better than me. No, indeed. Okay. I give it just like anybody else. It's just that I'm not going to give you that BS. I'm not going to go ahead and give you that buffoonery. Okay. So let me load this music down and then I'm going to go ahead and get into it. As you can see right here, when it comes to Nyabohanse Village, I mean, guys, it got so much drama is going on and the yo-yo move swings and Mawa sitting there got to try to pull out some type of rabbit trick in order to save the dancer in distress. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and talk about all that. Just give me a minute, guys, so I can go ahead and load this music down. So I see Nikki. Yes, Nikki said a new subscriber. Thank you for coming in, Nikki. I sure can use it, guys. Thank you very much. And I hope, like I said in here, it's real talk. We are grown folks. We don't have time to tickle nobody's ears. We are raw and uncut. Trust me. I am not going to edit anything. What it is what it is. Okay. So, guys, make sure you go ahead and welcome Nikki. Is in the house. She is a new subscriber. Thank you for coming on. Yes, indeed. Yeah, I think when it comes to doing reviews, when it comes to the Nyabohanse village, I think I'm gonna do it a little earlier in the morning. If I can get at least 1,000 people to viewers, I'm gonna come on at least 10 o'clock a.m. because the timing when it's in Africa, I think it's like 7 or 10 hours ahead of me. Okay, because I'm in the United States. So if I see that you guys are watching, and interacting, I will get out of my bed. I don't mind coming on at least about 10 o'clock. Okay, because like I said, early birds get the worms. Okay, so guys, again, welcome to Unapologetic Real Talk. In here, we eat meat. We ain't got time to pacify anyone. We're going to call it like it is. So let me go ahead and read my copyright disclaimer, making sure that I get all this out, which I'm not going to be showing too much videos, no clips and all this, because for some reason I cannot figure out how to go ahead and transfer it into my laptop. So let me go ahead and do everything manual. The copyright disclaimer is under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism. So don't get mad with the messenger, okay? Comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. So again, guys, make sure you go ahead and hit like, comment, and share these videos for more unapologetic content. I don't know where you guys are in y'all neck of the woods, some of you guys, but it is so beautiful out here. I mean, it's hot, but it is beautiful, okay? So, guys, let's go ahead and get this ball started. I mean, so much stuff is going on in that little small rural village called Nyabohanse, some parts of Kenya, in a little smaller area. I mean, and his family, my God, they are causing so much drama, so much drama when it comes to these people, okay? But I also was watching Gentoo. I might be pronouncing his name wrong. Gentoo is Gintu. Make sure you go ahead and check out his channel because he's like the paparazzi. Yes, he's like the paparazzi when it comes to that village. I mean, he is 10 toes down. He's not just giving you a reaction video. He's out there, being a paparazzi. So nobody can get mad with that because right here, when it comes to the United States, we got paparazzis that will hang in the trees. They will hang on top of the tallest building to make sure they get that perfect shot. So when it comes to Ayamawa, to them in that little small village, he's like a little celebrity, him and, his family. So, if you out there, you put it out there, you are free game. And that's what it is. But I saw when Gentoo was saying that they was trying to go ahead and arrest him because they were saying that he was on private property. But the video that he made this morning, which I haven't watched it, but they said that the chief or the police, they told Ayamawa to go and move that fence. So, if you guys don't follow it, what I'm saying is going to go over your head. And I apologize because, I'm more of a visual person. And being that I am a visual person, I like to go ahead and show clips. But for some reason, it did not allow me to go ahead and add those clips. Okay. So I see Starbucks Lover. She said, everything said is for entertainment purpose only. Absolutely. Everything is said is for entertainment purpose only. So just like I said, when it came to my copyright disclaimer, let me make sure that I go ahead and put it up. All this right here is for entertainment purpose only. If you don't want to be criticized, then hey, you got to find you another job. Okay. So make sure we go ahead and tell that to Rocio, because Rocio, she's sitting there, she feeling like she got to send some kind of cast spells, talking about these black earrings that she had in her ear. When people talking about her, she's going to go ahead and send it back to the sender. But it looked like these my melanated African sisters and brothers, they was more powerful than what she is, because they went ahead and they sent it back to her 7 times worse, because she hollered that she had malaria, which I'm gonna be all over the place, guys. And I just hope you guys could just catch on with what I'm talking about. But I had supposed to come on earlier. I think it was like maybe the day I was supposed to come on when they was actually duking. They were duking in that village. I mean, they were duking. I'm not gonna tell you no lie. They were duking in that village. Starbucks, you should have saw that. I mean, it was a lot of stuff that was going on, okay? And the thing about it is that all of it started because when it comes to Mawa think him and his family that the entire village is for them. So what they went ahead and did, they went, and I'm saying I'm talking about Mawa. Mawa went ahead and built a wall around his village, and the villagers, the local ones, they come into, to the river, and they bathe, they wash their dishes. They do a lot when it comes to that river where, they get their water for, to fix the food. But he built a tall wall where now they have to go around, walk most likely miles to get to that river. And Mawa, he has a tall fence. And I remember, so I want you guys to make sure you find those clips. Make sure you find those clips. I hope I'm not shouting too loud in your ears, because my mic is turned up, guys. And I apologize, but I'm on another platform, and every time when I'm on there, they say they cannot hear me. So if I'm too loud, guys, just tell me to go ahead and lower my mic down, because I have a big mouth anyway. Okay. Yes, Lisa K is in the house. Say hello, real talking, everyone. Thank you for coming on, Lisa K. Yes, indeed. Also, guys, I have another live, so I'm gonna make sure that I give everybody everything that they need. I also have another live at 5 o'clock p.m. Central, where I'm going to go ahead and talk about love and marriage in Huntsville. So make sure you go ahead and check me out 5 o'clock p.m. Central. Okay, that's if I'm not too tired. Okay, but let me go ahead and finish telling you. I want you guys. This is what I want you guys to do. The ones that's out there, doing those reaction videos, and also got boots on the ground like Gentoo. I want you guys to go and find those clips where I remember when Mao used to look over the wall and he used to see the locusts, the villagers out there bathing. He actually, yes, I'm not making this up. I heard for myself where he used to watch them out there, washing dishes and out there, whatever they was doing in that river. So, that's why when it comes to the chief and the community, they want Mao to go ahead and move that wall because you don't know what Mao and his people, the people that he brings to that village, what they are doing. They probably think, oh, we about to watch us a doggone show, a very X-rated X show. So they have all the rights to have Mao to move that tall wall away so they can be able to have asset, to get into that river. Okay. Angela's in the house. She say, hey, I'm on the road. Can't chat. Okay. Drive safe, Angela. Drive safe. So guys, again, welcome to Unapologetic Real Talk. Like I said, in here, we're going to tell it like it is. Okay. Ain't nobody mad but the devil. But yeah, make sure you go ahead and check out Gentoo. And also I want you to check out Mazugal Pebbles. I like the way, she put some comedy and comedian in it. I like the way that, she give her commentary. I'm gonna go ahead and post those names in. I just didn't have time because I was trying to fumble how to go ahead and load some videos. And I apologize. I couldn't give you guys no clips because like I said, we are some visual people. And also Trends, make sure you go check her out. And there was another one, my boy JT Podcast, he's on it 24/7. Okay, make sure you go ahead and check them out as well. Eva Miller said Gentoo latest video just informed us that the river wall has to come down. Yes, that's what I wanted to go ahead and report. That's why it took me so long. So I was trying to back the video back to at least another hour, but I saw when my girl Alan, she was on, so I said, well, if I see Alan on, I might as well go ahead and get it started. Yes, Alan girl. Okay, so Eva Miller has said that Gentoo latest video just informed us that the river wall has to come down as per the government. I'm getting ready for the show breaking down the walls and must come down. Absolutely. And I'm going to support you. So make sure you put your link. And what is your channel? Let me know what your link and your channel is, Eva Miller. And guys, make sure you go ahead and support Eva Miller. Put your link down so we can go ahead and follow. I think she's a content creator because she says she's getting ready for the show. Hold on, Gentoo latest video just informed us that the river wall has to come down as per the government is getting ready for the show. Break it down. The walls must come down. Absolutely. And that's exactly what it is because when it comes to Mawa and his family, there are some bullies. They out there taking big old trucks, like the like those dump trucks with the sand going into these people's property, tearing down their farm and their gates. That's wrong. Let someone will try to go on his property. I promise you, he would have had the police, or he would have been making 101 videos that people are trespassing on their property. You cannot trespass on people's property. I don't care what you are doing, okay? That's right there. That's enough. Enough is enough, okay? Also, Lisa K said, I remember too, Uncle Mo had to pay $10 to get water to build his house. He was not allowed to pass the same uncle they use now. I mean, they are using Uncle Mo. They are using Uncle Mo like a runaway slave. I be sitting there saying, man, dude, Uncle Mo have a family? Do he have a wife? Guys, let me know. Because he spends so much time out there acting like he a daggone a slave boy when it comes to Mawa and Rocio, Tottenham Rocio baby. And I mean, he just act like a jester, like a clown. I'm going to tell it like it is. I mean, it is so embarrassed. A grown man got to sit there and give a freaking clown show in order to make Rocio happy, okay? Make it make sense. And like I said, nobody is jealous over most Rocio. So you might say, oh, they just jealous over Rocio. That's what she thinks. That's what she think. And I'm so glad. And I told you guys, I said, the minute when Rosia crosses Mao's mom, that spell was going to break. You might have put some kind of mojo, had uh, Mao to drink her placenta. What man that you know going to drink another woman's placenta for what? What's the purpose of he drinking that? That was some like some hoodoo voodoo stuff, guys. I'm not going to tell you no lie. This guy was drinking Rosia placenta, putting it in like a smoothie, and he was drinking it. I can't make it up if I want to. So that mojo, whatever she put on that guy, it done broke when she crossed her mom, his mom. Because I told you guys, I sat there and said, "Oh, honey, I saw when it came to Congress mom, she didn't like it at all. You know, that's why she was going on that compound praying and all everything else. She was sitting there trying to drive that demon away. And now you see right now, that demon is not even happy. She not happy because that spell, that mojo that she was trying to put on Maui, so she could be able to get his mansion and everything from him, treating him like he was a slave boy as well. Come on, guys, tell the truth and shame the devil. You know, I'm not going to sit there and try to sugarcoat. You know, Island Girl say, Eva, do you also has a channel? Yeah, if you have a channel, make sure you go ahead and list it, and we can come and follow you guys. Also, thank you, Island Girl. Thank you for coming in, and also Starbucks, Eva Miller, guys. Thank you guys for coming in. Also, Eva Miller said, "Girl, I ain't got no channel." Yes, indeed. She said, "I ain't got no channel. I'm just a watcher. I get off of work. I am tired. I watch. I get a little laugh, and I move on." Okay. Yes, indeed. In that order. Okay. Also, my girl Starbucks lover says, "I get a kick out of your commentary on these individuals." Oh my God. Girl, they are the gift that's keep giving. I cannot tell you no lie. Yes, guys, make sure you go ahead and check out my boy JT podcast. I promise you, honey, he ain't gonna let up off of their neck. And don't let up at all, because like I said, one thing about karma will slowly but surely find its way back home. And we already know when it came to Mao made a promise. He said that once he built his compound, he was going to make sure that all the villagers could come and do their videos. And, you know, he welcomed his entire village family. But the minute when he brought Rosil, well, we ain't gonna say brought Rosil, because what happened was she saw that little mansion after she was sliding off of the pole because she met him. And this right here is all for entertainment purpose only. Everything is allegedly, okay? But she hitchhiked because she sure didn't flew down. She didn't fly down there. She hitchhiked because I remember when she was trying to get to the village, she was staying with some strangers, yeah, some black strangers, because that's what they do. You know, every time when you see Rosia, especially when she's looking for a come up, just like when she was in the UK, she always find black people, because you know what they do, they love to ride off our back, okay? And once they get to where they need to get to, then they're going to go ahead and they're going to bounce, okay? So make sure you go ahead and check out my boy JT podcast. And I see my girl, you know, my girl Vika Real underscore space. Yes, indeed, guys. Make sure you go ahead and check her out as well. Vika Real underscore space. She said, "Hello, Real Talk and Friends." So make sure you go ahead and check her out. Okay. Yes, indeed. JP Podcast said, this is the best word to use. You know, when it comes, they love to say that. I think that's what he meant when he said jealous, you know. But like I said, ain't nobody jealous over no Rosil. Rosil, like I said, she came on a prayer and a wing. She flew her tail to Mawa's village, okay? And now she wants to act like a dancer in distress, like everything is bothering her. The thing about it, guys, when she sat there and she pulled this stunt, you know, and like I said, all this right here to me is for entertainment purpose only. But she went ahead and she pulled a stunt and said she had malaria. Now, before that, her and this guy, the one that helps Mala, you know, drives around and they were sitting there saying some little funny stuff was going on when it came to Rosil and the guy. I can't think of his name, but I know you guys know exactly who I'm talking about, who followed him. But that's the one that, he drives Rosil and Mawa all over the place. I remember when he had her hands on her lap, trying to show her how to, pull that stick, shift the car. So what happened was Mao and them are out there, trying to put a road, to accommodate him and his Mercedes, okay? Because they went ahead and they purchased two C-class Mercedes. Now, down here, I'm not going to down nobody, but, most in the United States, when we buy a C class, we make sure we give it to our kids that's going to college. But, he think that he's in that C class, that he's on top of the world, but let him have that, okay? So also, Island Girl says, even as per your message, even unapologetic, think you got it, Tiana, but reading it back, I understand. Yes, indeed. She said, girl, I love to watch, okay? Also, come on, let me go ahead and read some more, guys. Yeah, JP says, oh my, let me not vomit here. Island Girl said, so yeah, I mean, it's just so much. This is too much, guys. This is too much. And the thing about it, when it comes to Rocio, she wants people to sit there and glorify and lift her up. Come on. Most of all of the subscribers that she has is because of Mawa. And I promise you, if you cross his Mawa, then you might as well have sat there and said, when it comes to your followers, okay, some might stay and some may not. But still of all, they starting to see through you because you said that you had malaria. Now, the reason why, I don't know why she did it, most likely because they said that Mawa went ahead and got on her from taking the truck, and the only reason why the driver went ahead and took Rocio because, like I said, she's the boss, as she said, he gave her that authority. Mawa gave her that authority. And like I said, when you give these people an inch, they're going to go ahead and take it a mile. So he felt that the orders, of what Rocio said, let's go ahead and take the car, the safari, whatever they got, that, it was able to go through that road, okay? Because it's a Land Cruiser, it's a four-wheel drive. So they thought, it could go through that road, but they had got stuck. So Mao said there, he came and he was fussing, he was arguing, and it had scratches, and he had to figure out how to go ahead and pull his Land Cruiser out of the mud. So I guess he went ahead and he got on Rocio. So she felt like, oh, you're not gonna talk to me like that. Nobody talks to me like that. So she sat there and she took the baby and she went to Nairobi, and stayed there. And now she came out, I think it was like a couple of days, and she wrote a little paragraph and said that she had malaria. Now, if you had malaria, then when she finally, was on Mawa's channel, the baby, he needed, something to drink. So what she did was she took her top and she poured some water inside her top and she fed it to her baby. Make it make sense. Right there, they say, oh no, she got the beeline because why was she, knowing that she's sick and she's going to take some water and give it to her child? Make it make sense. And the thing that I didn't understand, if she was sick and she had malaria, why did she took the child? Why she didn't keep the child at the villa? Because Mala got a team of people that would have took care of that child. Make it make sense. But you see, when I tell you something, guys, you could take it to the bank. I've been seeing when it came to D been holding the child and been around the child a lot. And I've been seeing the demeanor when it came to Rocia. So I think what it is that Mawa is getting ready to tell Rocia, if you want to go, you go, but you ain't going to take that child. That's why I didn't understand why did Mawa went to Argentina and with Rocia to have the baby, why they didn't have the child in Africa, I didn't understand that part. But still, of all, you can't just take this man's baby. You cannot take that man's baby because I truly believe her time is ticking. Tick tock. I truly believe her time is ticking. Eva Miller said, to me, Rocio present herself like someone would buy be yeah, we're not a psychiatrist, but like I said, honey, it is what it is, okay? So she said with bipolar disorder as well as personality disorder, this woman ain't nothing but a miserable absolutely. But the thing about it is that they don't want to vet these women. Like I say, anything that's white, close to white, oh, they gonna take it. I don't care if it's old, ugly, fat, whatever. They still gonna take it because it's something about that European things that they think that they are closer to God. Okay, not knowing that most of these people that comes in your life, nothing but bottom feeders. How long are you guys gonna continue allowing what I call the worms, the palmer worms, the locusts, and the caterpillars keep eating up the children's bread? Because we already know when it came to Rosia didn't have nothing. Like my grandmother would say, Rosia did not have a pot that you know what in and a window to throw it out of. We already know when she went back to her home how that yard was looking. So let me go ahead and pull that up because it looked like I'm down below. I couldn't add no clips, but I still have some clips that was on here, okay? And the thing about it, she wants to act like she a spoiled, privileged brat. Girl, you are not a spoiled, privileged brat. You just thought that you had this man that you was going to go ahead and you was going to use him to come up because you are miserable as hell. This girl is miserable as hell. I cannot tell you no lie. This girl is miserable. And the only reason why she's miserable because she thought that she was going to get a gig, how you said that? Say a quick get up, whatever. She thought she was going to, bank off of him so fast, and then after that, she was going to go ahead, a get rich thing. Yeah, that's what she thought she was going to do. So let me, because I just wanted to raise myself up a little bit, okay? But yeah, I promise you, what did Rosia come from? And like I said, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. It took Mao, and I promise you, what you see right here, that's looking good compared to when he first stepped on Argentina into these people's backyard. That looks good, okay? Because you couldn't even sit there and see your way through. And I would have been so embarrassed knowing when it comes to Mao was going to have the cameras on everything. So for to see this, to think that this girl was born with a golden spoon, the way that she had Mao's people bowing down and treating her like she was some type of queen, like they was on some type of plantation, talking about, I like everything clean, 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 clean. That's all she talked about. That's all she talked about. I like everything clean, clean, clean. Well, why you didn't sit there and tell it to your parents? Why you didn't go and help your parents to get that yard straight, knowing good and well that Mao was going to go ahead and he was going to film all of that. But like I said, this is what I call faking it until you make it. All this right here was faking it until you make it. And that's exactly what she's doing. Now, I guess Mao was probably feeling like, hey, I gave her a life. Yes, he did. I gave her life. If I'm not mistaken, Rosia is in her 30s. Rosia is in her 30s. And Rosia didn't come with nothing. Rosia didn't come with nothing but the clothes on her back. And she even said it herself. I would have been so ashamed. I'm not going to tell you no lie. I would have been so ashamed saying that I only came with a backpack of clothes on my back. And all that she had, even when it comes to the subscribers that she had, all that she had because Mao went ahead and helped her to get a come up. I promise you guys, I can't make it up even if I want to, okay? I promise you, I can't make it up even if I want to. And then she got the audacity to sit there and say, oh, we need you to clean, 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 like she had some runaway slaves. But what did she have? Not one thing. I'm not going to tell you a lie. I can't make it up about one. I was trying to find another picture. so I can go ahead and show you, at least trying to clean it up a little better. I think I went ahead and deleted most of this stuff. Okay, it's somewhere around here. I think I'm gonna find it somewhere. I don't know. But yeah, like I say, girl, you should be forever grateful for this man to put you on your feet. Okay, you should be forever grateful. But to show you that these people, they're never satisfied. So now what he's doing, he wanted to go and get her some appliance, so uh, to put in that kitchen. But I was sitting there saying, okay, if he go and he get her some appliance to put in that kitchen, it's not like she was gonna cook because she don't know how to cook. What she was gonna bake? All she was gonna do is put some flour and a bunch of sugar together and put it in the oven. You wasn't gonna see no food, I promise you. And I think that's the part that really vexed it Mao's mom, because even Dee said that these people that's in the village, they work very hard. These women works very hard. And I remember when what's her name, Dee was showing some villagers, the women, and she was showing how hard they work. These women work. So why would these women, even when it comes to Mao's mom, I was trying to show another better picture, guys, because this is so. I mean, it's just sad, but this is real, guys. I didn't make it up. So let me see if I can find another picture, guys, so I can put up. But it is sad, I promise you. But I promise you, I'm not making this up. This is nothing that I am making up, okay? I can't make it up if I want to. So let me go ahead and put another little picture to try to make it a little better than what it is, okay? Yeah. So I'll feel put another picture up. I'll put that picture up. I'm gonna put that picture up right there, okay? So yeah, that's much better. I'm gonna put that one up right there. So let me go ahead and read some more comments. Like I said, guys, I can make this up if I want to. So Island Girl say you on point with real talk and true facts. Absolutely. Like I said, we ain't making this up. This is real, guys. Evil, she's just like Dee and Mao. They all are wannabes. Absolutely. But see, the thing about it is that Dee and Mao is out there, they not stay out there, and at least they was traveling and making their money. But the thing about it, when it came to Rocio wasn't out there, and making content. Rocio was just sitting behind a screen talking about how lonely and how miserable she is. She never came out and said, I thank you, Mao, for giving me a life. She always complained it. She asked the man to give her some horses. She got the horses. Soon in a minute, she got the horses. She wasn't out there brushing the horses. Mao would go out there and pull big old huge ticks. Big old huge ticks. He would pull off of those horses, big old huge ticks. She wasn't out there brushing the horses. About now, the horses, done had a baby, and they still don't even ride the horses. About now, they should be on those horses, riding around the village on those horses, but the horses don't even know them. The horses don't even like them. When they go around those horses sit there and put their heads down. Look like right now they should be able to saddle those horses. Why? Because it was just for show. All that was just for show. Island Girl says a bunch of narcissists under one roof. Absolutely. But see, like I said there and say, honey, you cannot mess with God's people. They thought that, they can build this tall wall after they went ahead and they used all the villagers to help build that whole compound, and then they shut them out. God don't play when you mess with God, his people. And then the thing about it, Mao did all that to please Rocio. Rocio did not want any women to come in that compound. That's why you always see a bunch of men, and she's around a bunch of men, no undergarments on, no bras, no nothing. No nothing under there. Just sitting there, these little flat little jigglers, whatever she have, just prancing all around those men in that compound. But she's intimidated when it's women. She's not going to have any women that's on that compound. You think Mao is going to continue allowing that to happen? No, no. He just as miserable as she is miserable because she's not holding her end of the bargain. She told him that she don't want a polygamist, but I truly believe that the agreement was that they was going to have more children. So she's saying now she don't have no more children. So that agreement between Rosia and Mao has been broken because she's not holding the end of her bargain. So if he want to go out there and get another woman, he can go ahead and do it because the one that he had, like I said, that was nothing but, I'm not gonna come out and say it, but you know exactly what I'm saying. That was nothing but a scam. That's all it was. Because she can't cook, she can't clean up. What could she do? She's at no value when it comes to that village. And I'm not saying it just to be saying it. She at no value according to what I see. And this is my opinion. And all this right here is for entertainment purpose. I see nothing that she do. All she do is complain. And then the thing about it, I heard the other day where Mao came out and he said, people can get bored so fast in the village. No, ain't nobody is bored in the village, especially when it comes to these women, because it's so much to do. These women got so much to do to take care of their home. They're not howling they're bored. The only one that is howling that they are bored, and that's Rosia. And the reason why Rosia is howling that she's bored because she don't want to do nothing. So even if he say, okay, if I get some modern appliances out there, because we already know she's not going to go out there and start no fire. So we're going to go ahead and give her a top of the line stove, okay? We're going to give her a top of the line refrigerator. We're going to give her everything that she needs. Mark my word. When Mao go and give her that, she's still going to find something to complain about. She's still going to find something to complain about. Mark my words. She's not going to be in that kitchen. She might be in just to sit there and make her few videos. That's if she still be there. Because I don't think that she's going to still be there. I don't think that he's going to continue being that. Because it's not going to be fair to the rest of the villagers. It's not going to be fair to the rest of the villagers. So I don't think that she's going to be there. I don't think it. I give her maybe a couple of more months. She's going to be gone. But the thing about it, if she's going to go by herself. And that's real talk, okay? That's real talk. And like I said, in here it's unapologetic and non-biased. But this is not right. It's not right to the other villagers, the other women. They out there and they doing their job or chores, whatever they doing to run their household. And what she's doing, sitting, complaining, or walking around half dressed, trying to find where Mao at. And when she goes around him, she don't go with a plate of food that she cooked. She just go just empty-handed because she think that she's entitled. But I'm so glad that someone is waking up, okay? Hey, Sister Joy's in the house. She said, so if she had malaria, how come she still breastfeed the baby? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because like I said, this girl is come across as a pathological liar. And what you're seeing right now, your lies are catching up with you. Your lies are catching up with you. All she did, all that, thought, oh, it's not going to take me because, oh, my whiteness, is going to allow people to bow down and I'm going to be able to get donations and, I'm going to be able to be out that village no longer than 1 year. That's most likely was her plan. She thought that all those donors that Mawa gets was going to also donate her so she can be able to get out of that village. But it didn't work. It didn't work according to her plans. So now what she's going to do, she's going to keep with that sob story. Oh, that she's so long and she's so miserable. So those silly donors, and it's going to be black donors, I promise you. Because the YT sees straight through that. And they're gonna go ahead and donate her some stuff so she can go and travel. Then when she come back, she gonna with the same sobbing story, but she'll go by herself because we already know when it comes to her, he already knew he couldn't sit there and tame that because she's not happy with you, Mao. This girl, she look at you as disgusting, and she quite obvious. She said it in so many words. She said when Mao had put on some clean clothes and some shoes, someone went ahead and donated to him. She said, "Now I can talk to you." I was so upset. I was so upset when she said, "Now I could talk to you." Girl, this man put you in a freaking mansion, pulled down the heavens to make sure that you were pleased when you didn't have nothing. And you saying just because he dressed up that now I can talk to him? Because we already know what she wanted. She wanted a blonde, blue-eyed man. That's exactly what turns her on. But they wasn't going to fool with that. They wasn't going to fool with that. She saw food that could help her to get those dreams that she's been dreaming, and it's going to continue staying a dream because you never win when you play dirty. People see straight through you. She thought that she was going to pull that same stunt that Mao and D plays with those donors. That's what she thought. But like I said, whatever mojo that she got on these people, that spell is breaking. And it broke through when she crossed it, the mom. And I truly believe the reason why you see D is always filming with Mawa now, because I promise you, they got something planned to go ahead and get this girl out because it's nothing that's gonna please her. And that's real talk. Sister Joy said the thing I don't understand is every time they ask for something on that internet, they get it, the donors just give it to them. Absolutely. It's something about that. It's something about that. The only thing that I can think of, and that was the last time I was there, the reason why those donors are always giving him, because maybe, something that they have not showed us behind the scene, that they got investments in that. And when I say investment, maybe when it comes to that village, because you can see right there, he's trying to push the locals out of that village. So maybe the reason why they so invested in Mauer, because what they are trying to do is they are trying to move all the villagers, is another word that I had used last time. I can't think what I had did, but they are trying to move the villagers out because they are trying to put outsiders into that village. That's exactly what they're trying to do. Genderfied. Yes, that's what they're trying to do. Genderfied. You can see that's exactly what they're doing, because nowhere in the world that these donors would just pour money to these people, but mostly the money that they are pouring in when it comes to those donors. Just watch it, always dealing with the village. It always dealing with the village. That's why I said there and said when it comes to Mao, he cannot claim that all that is his because of his donating money to the village. That means everyone that's in that village has a piece of that if they go and take it to court, okay? Because it's not just Mao's. And if Mao's say that all the donors are donating directly to him, then somebody need to go ahead and open up his books, okay? But I truly believe that the reason why they are donating freely is because they think that they got a piece of the pie. Like I say, when it comes to history, all history do is repeat itself. And while you think that you're going to put your foot on your people neck and kick them out, then once you get them in, they're gonna kick you out. And that's real talk, okay? Because look how when it comes to Rosil, how Rosil controls him, okay? So Sister Joy says the baby is her meal ticket. Yep, ATM machine. She ain't going nowhere. Where she's gonna go? Because she's riding off of Mawa and his fans, his subscribers back. So where she's gonna go? You know? And like I said, when it comes to her videos, Her videos, not all that. Her videos is constantly complaining, constantly complaining, and the life that she's trying to live. Nowhere in the world that YouTube money and those donors is going to go ahead and fund that. Definitely not the donors. The donors is not going to watch you away from Mawa, because every time when they come in contact with Rocio, they always brings up Mawa's name and the baby. So it's not because of, oh, they glorifying her and they like her content. No, it's because of Mawa and the baby. That's the reason why they are donating to her. So I don't think that she's gonna be able to build that lifestyle off of these people that long. Like I said, she needs to be grateful, because once she sat there and she walk out, and especially when they know that Mawa is doing all that he can for her, they gonna turn on her, because we already know this man sitting there doing everything for her. He even turning his back on his own people for her. But like I said, when she crossed his mom, the buck stopped there. That's how I see it. Okay. So Sister Joy said most of the village young men have two wives. And I think that's what now Mao thinking about. Mao is thinking about that, because he even sat there and said it, and it's not his word verbatim, and it might not be the right words, but something to the fact that when it comes to a nagging woman, it's no peace in the house when all you have a woman that's complaining and nagging. No peace. So if you used to having more than one woman, then they're gonna sit there and say, "What's the purpose of me sitting here miserable, trying to please her, and my life just is just being waste? I'm not happy." So sooner or later, he's going to get him a nice woman in there, and I hope he do. He should have at first got him a beautiful melanated woman in there. Like I said, they always think something outside is better than what they have. And I truly believe he's feeling it right now. He thought because he had a Muzugu, whatever they call him, inside his village, that his content, his channel was going to grow. His channel is still stagnated as well. It's not growing. He thought it was going to grow. People is not buying that, because they seen how you stepping on your own people to go ahead and make her happy. Nothing is going to make her happy. The only way that she's going to be happy is she had a blind blue-eyed guy. When she see you, it's like puke, because that's not a part of her dreams, to have a village guy that barely, they say, and I'm going to say that, barely takes a shower. But the thing about it, I'm not going to downsize it, because, like I said, he's very healthy. They eat off the land. She the one brings in all the sugar, all the sweets and stuff like that. She has a colonized mindset when it comes to food and stuff like that. But every time you look, she wants to talk about, she wants everything organic and everything natural. How do you want everything organic and natural when your entire diet is consists of flour and sugar? They don't eat like that. Or when she goes somewhere, she wants to eat, pizza and stuff like. They don't eat like that. You know. Eva said Mao allowed her to feel entitled. Absolutely, he made that monster. Absolutely, he made that monster, and that's his karma. That's his karma. Like I said, you have to be careful what you ask for, especially when you treat your own people like garbage. This man built a tall wall because she was afraid of his people. Make it make sense. You want to be with the black man, but you don't want to be around everything that attached to him. Make it make sense, because it's all about a come up. That's it. Um, Mao allowed her to feel entitled the moment she said she hated Black America and called Black people infested parasites. She should have been kicked to the curb. Absolutely, she should have been kicked to the curb. But that's why she's miserable. She's getting it back. Oh, it makes her sick. I promise you. just to sit there and see all these little black people. It makes her sick. It makes her sick. She feels like she's at the bottom. She feels like she's at the bottom. I can't make it up if I want to. That's how she feels. Because, like I said, there in say, when you have those racist, ways, it's going to ooze out. You can't hide your racist ways, and that's why she can't do nothing. Mentally, she can't do that. This is mentally, and she can't do nothing. And the only reason why she can't do nothing because it was just a come up. All that right there was just a come up. And like I said, honey, I can't make it up even if I want to. You go out there and you think that the grass is green on the other side, then this is the product right here. What you see is the product. This is the product. This is what he wanted. And I thought that I was able to add some clips, guys. For some reason, it didn't allow me to add. I got to figure out to see what's going on. Okay. So let me go ahead and read some more comments. Tala MJ says that, oh my God, that makes so much sense. I hope you're wrong. My God. Also, Sister Joy, trust me, I'm not wrong. You could take it to the bank, honey. We all see it. And sooner or later, he's going to see it as well, and that's why, he's sitting there and trying to live a lavish life, getting a Mercedes. Make it make sense. Who going to purchase a Mercedes? Those parts are so expensive on a dirt road. Make it make sense. He messed up the asphalt or underneath that car. That's going to be like buying a whole new car because the parts are going to be so expensive. Buying a Mercedes, I don't care, what kind of Mercedes it is. Any car, anyone that buys a car in that village in Nyabohanse, you got to be crazy. If anything, a truck. Now I thought when they was out there looking at vehicles, I'm thinking that they're going to purchase a truck. And he was saying that he wants to get his dad something. He looking at SUVs. A SUV for what? In the village. Your dad carries loads of stuff on top of his head. He used his shoulder as a wheelbarrow. And I'm not poking fun, guys. I'm just telling you, like I said, this stuff is like, you would think of like maybe in the early, 1900s, 1940, I don't even think they was doing that in 1940, the 1900s. I promise you, Mao's dad, he carried all of, his supplies on his head or on his shoulder. So if you wants to ease the burdens from your father, all you have to do is buy him a pickup truck. Duh. I thought when he passed by a pickup truck, which it was somebody's truck, I'm thinking that, oh, I want my dad with a pickup truck. So the dad can take all, of his load, when he go out there in the field, he can put it in his pickup truck. But they want to get him a SUV. Listen. No more cars in that village. And I'm not telling you how to spend your money, but it don't make no sense. Get something that gonna handle those type of roads. You don't have no roads. You guys are on dirt roads. You need a Jeep. You need something that has a 4 freaking wheel. Okay? Something that even buy some 4-wheelers, some RVs. They even have RVs that you can put, like a trailer in the back of the RVs. Because you guys still renovating those buildings. Still infrastructure. You need stuff that's going to be into a trunk or something like that. A trailer, not a trunk, a trailer. Uh, Sister Joy says all these old American men that goes to village visit Mala have one thing in common. They are after those young girls. Girl, I saw that. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. I saw that. It's something about Jamaica. The one that they call Jamaica man, Jamaica, the Jamaica. I think that's what y'all call him, Jamaica. It's something about him. And the part that I didn't like, and I had pulled up that clip, and I couldn't load it, is when Mao got in when he first purchased that Mercedes Benz when they brought it to the village. I think it was Jamaica, it was Mao, and it was the driver. And they saw a young girl on the road, and they picked that young girl up. And that child was no more, and I'm not going to tell you no lie. I wish I could play that clip. Somebody going to play it. That child was no more, maybe about 13 or 14 years old, and they picked that child up or say, we just, picking up and bringing her home. You should have never had that girl child in that car picking up that child. You should have never. And I'm surprised. I was sitting there and I was saying, why I didn't see any actors making a video on that. Come on, guys. We got to do better now. We can get into all the jokes and stuff like that, but also, it's some stuff that you guys fail to see. I'm talking about the clip. I need you guys to go in and pull it up because I tried to pull it, add it to this video, but for some reason it didn't let me upload anything. It was when Mao had got that first, his Mercedes Benz came into that village the first day when they went on the roads. They saw a young village girl and they picked her up. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. Hey, Nixon. I cannot pronounce your name. I'm not even gonna try. She said, Mao's so loved the white skin. His mixed son is his crowning jewel. Let me read it again. Mao so loved the white skin. His mixed son is the crowning jewel. He would tolerate Rosia for the not dark skin. Absolutely. And that's why his life is a freaking hell. Because like I said, every time you let them in, all it's going to do is make your life a freaking hell. And that's exactly what you see. Okay? So let them continue running. You'll never be happy. Because they'll never allow you to be happy unless you're constantly pouring into them. So someone got to sit there and say enough is enough, because if not, all you're going to do is just allow history to just repeat itself. Sister Joy said, demo man, they donated 100 here, 100 there to Mao. So when they visit the village, they get access to the young women. Absolutely. Come on. That's why I said that and say I'm not going to stop. See, somebody see it. We thinking that, oh, it's just that Mao and that Rosil drama. No, we see straight through all that BS. That's why I sit there and say, y'all make sure, especially when it comes to Gentoo, make sure you guys protect that man, because he actually got boots on the ground. And he's not afraid at all. They even trying to arrest him. He sat there and said they tried to arrest him for trespassing. How you trespassing? Unless you own their compound. Now, if you want to be on the road, when it comes to Gentoo can stay on that road anytime he feel like it. Because that's for the entire village. That's not for Mao's. That's not a private road. Because if it was a private road, then why don't you go ahead and put a gate and put private property? So if he's on the road and he's filming, he's waiting for them to come in and out, he can do it. Long as he's on the street and not on their property. So Gentoo, stay on their neck. That's the guy also you guys need to go ahead and follow. Because this guy, I mean, he's on their neck and he's not afraid. He'll have the cameras on their face, in their face. I saw him on the road. Mao's dad and a couple of other men passed straight by him, didn't say nothing because they know that when it came to Gentoo was ready. He was ready for him. But that's exactly what it is because no way in the world these people would constantly donating money to Mao for what? It got to be something. And now, like I said, there and say, these people had a meeting, These people had a meeting of all the stuff that is going on in their village because these people are sick and tired. They're sitting there saying everywhere they go, the cameras and stuff like that, no privacy in the rivers. They can't go out there and they can't take a shower in the river because they don't know who watching them. But it's something about that Jamaica man, whatever they called him. And like I said there and say, all this right here is a legend. But it's something about that Jamaican man. You can see it. He think that he can go into Africa because he know he's not going to be able to pull that stunt in the United States. Out there just giving these young guys money all the time, pouring money into them. It's something about Jamaica. And it's something about those donors. Because like I said, what's in the dark is going to come in the light. Let's go and read this again. Them old men, they donate 100 here, 100 there to Maui. So when they visit the village, then they got asset to those young women and men. Let's not leave that out too. Because it's something about a perverted spirit I see on Jamaica. Okay? Something about a perverted spirit I see on him. Eva Miller said, imagine Rosia didn't even know this man for a year when she got pregnant and wanted to put ownership and change him. Girl, bye. Absolutely. Absolutely, because she thought she had a fool. But Mao openly sat there and said, all that is for his family, his sisters, his mother. And you could see it because he's not going to leave his sister out of nothing. That's why she was in that house. And I'm pretty sure that's what drove Rosia out because she can't talk to Mao like a dog anymore. Not in front of D. So she probably said that and said, oh, it's no privacy because D is in that house. Because she couldn't talk to him the way that she wanted to talk to Mao, any kind of way. Because see, she could ride over him, she could railroad him, but she can't do it to D. But it's something is going on. I can see it and start to know. When I sit there and I call you can take it to him. But yeah, he bought a foreign car. And you know good well, those Mercedes-Benz, those parts are very, very expensive. Very, very expensive. And to have it on a freaking dirt road, just to say I'm in a Mercedes-Benz, he would have fared out better to just go ahead and get him a Jeep. Go ahead and get him a Jeep. At least you know it can be able to go through those bad roads. You can pull yourself out of that mud. But no, they want to flex. And that's the part they don't understand. All they're doing is clouting because these people don't give you no informative content. When it comes to Mao didn't even know what a freaking updated refrigerator was. And I've been having mine in my house for almost 4 years. But to him, it was new because, and you might sit there and say, well, he's from the village. This man traveled all over the world. Even when he came to the United States, this man, if I'm not mistaken, 2 years ago was in the United States. So you cannot say that he's not privy to all that. Yes, he is. It's just that he was not about sitting there educating his village. He was out there clouting. That's all it was about, clouting. Ask him anything that was informative, he wouldn't even be able to tell you. Just like when he came to Rosia. Rosia went to Britain, went to the museum. And I'm thinking that, she was going to tell us, at least educate us when it comes to the history, how all our artifacts, Kenya, Africa, all the artifacts is in the museum. She just brushed straight by 'em. And I'm still was waiting. I was waiting for the content to give us something, when it comes to, of educating and something that's informative when she was in the UK. She didn't never released anything because she didn't know anything. She didn't know nothing about the artifacts, the museums. I love to go to the museum. You tell us that you love to go to the museum, but for what? Just to say it? Just for content? Just for content? She didn't give us no history, no background of none of the artifacts was there. That was her opportunity right there to educate the villagers. But these people are clout chasers. And you can't keep hiding. This is the 2025, this is the 21st century, 2025. You can't get away with the things and the scamming and the fraudulent stuff that you think you used to get away with. All eyes is on you, okay? Wait, he doesn't look out for his father. No, no. He only looking out for her, trying to please her. And I promise you, this man pulled down the sky for her, gave her a life that she would only dream of. And she still wasn't happy. So he went to Nairobi to bring her flowers and try to please her, bring her back home. So he went and looked for appliance because she probably sat there and said she wanted the kitchen finished because we already know when it comes to Mawa, Mawa is the type of person, he starts something, then he stop and he go with another project. And that would make anybody upset, but still involved. You didn't even put a nail in nothing that this man is doing. You know? At least put in some type of work. Now I see if he had a nice woman that was going in there, doing her part, making sure that the house is ran, making sure that, food is cooked not from other people, but by her hands. Serving a man, taking care of him, making sure the water is running, making sure, he's happy. But she does not do anything. She just do complaining, complaining. So you can't sit there and say, oh, this because, she had a baby. No, she just complained because he could never make her happy. Because that's not what she imagined to be her soulmate. Not someone that loves to roll in the dirt. Someone that keeps the same clothes on for weeks. You know? Dude don't even want to comb his hair anymore. At one time when he make his videos, he always have his hair combed. You can't blame, oh, that's just being a father. No, it's just that now, it's like he just done let himself go down, and that's why his mother and his sister is picking up on that energy. They see that this is not normal. This is not normal at all. And I just hope that he's listening because I know Rocio is listening. And I know we already know that Mao is watching because Rocio sat there and she commented. On my Instagram. But I sat there and said I wasn't going to give her the satisfaction. And my mind knows, she knows. Eva Miller says that my girl Mawa didn't like that stepfather. He was very cruel to him. He caused him to lose his eye. Oh my God! And all this right here, I never went and checked, so I'm gonna just say allegedly, okay? All this to me is for entertainment purpose only. But she said my girl Mawa don't like that stepfather. He was very cruel to him. He caused him to lose his eye for lack of immediate medical attention. He's holding some deep resentment. And he's kind of mean. You can see that he mean. The way that he passed through Gentoo, he looked like he's a mean person. And somebody said, I'm gonna say allegedly, that when Mao's mom arm was broken, say he did that because I remember when D had the mom and the father to go, to Nairobi. I think it was for the anniversary or for Mother's Day or something. It was some special day. And I think she had the camera on him in the shower. And they say when he came back and noticed that she had uploaded that video, he got upset. Tyler said, Tyler say all the cars are about showing off, definitely not practical reason. Absolutely. What's the purpose of you keep buying cars and cars and cars and you cannot drive near one of them? Make it make sense. All that's just part of clout. Just to sit there and get these European people into that village because he think that he's going to be able to build up that village. But like I said, these people don't play fair. These people don't like to share. Yeah, they'll buy up that land, but sooner or later, when you kick your own people out, just like I said earlier, what they gonna do? They're gonna end up kicking your tail out. Okay? Yeah, Jamaica uncle. I know his name was something. Jamaica uncle. He's a little creepy, a freaky little creep. Yes, he is. It's something about him. They need to go ahead and do a background on him because it's something about him. Um, Starbucks says it makes sense now. I wouldn't look out for my father either. Oh yeah, if he did that, yeah, yeah, he's very mean, very mean. Well, in my opinion, he should have picked a better looking. Well, he didn't even need a L skin woman. Like I said, he got beautiful melanated women, beautiful melanated women in that village. But like I said, they want those biracial babies. Lisa said, unapologetic. When you have a chance, watch Chris the Great. Okay, let me make sure I write that down. Chris the Great. So let me, Chris the Great. Is he a YT person, the one that was arrested? They call him, I wonder if that's the one. Because I know it was a YT person. He was Chris Christmas, I think that's what they call him. But I'm gonna look it up. Chris the Great. He is the one that called the meeting. Oh, okay, okay. Oh, yeah, that's the one I want to watch. He the one called that meeting with the chief because of all the stuff that is going on in that community. Yeah, yeah, definitely, most definitely, gonna watch that. Uh, Starbucks right? She's special, slam D, both special. Oh my God. Real talk and the true facts. Thank you very much, Island Girl. Thank you. Thank you for your support. I'll be seeing them comments. Thank you very much. Um, Tyler says, I agree with most of what you said about Gentoo, but sometimes Gentoo go out of his way to aggravate Mao and his family. Shoot, stay aggravating them. Stay. Like I said, then say. And the reason why I say stay, because I don't like how he went ahead and when it comes to Mao, he pushed the villagers out and made that compound, just about Rosia. I don't like the fact that he did that. I just don't like it. I just don't like when you step on your people, especially when we saw his entire villagers came together, no safety equipment, no shoes, no tools, no nothing, but build that compound from the ground up. I just don't like when he did that. And then he pushed the people out just for her. Island Girl say he doesn't care. They're not using their own money to buy stuff. Absolutely. That's why every time you look, they always talk about price. Notice every time when they look at something, they always got to give the exact price about it because they know that these donors going to go ahead and fund them. And they just not saying, oh, I'm going to fund Mawa because, I love his content. No, it's something that these people are investing in. And like they said, what's in the dark is going to come to the light. What's in the dark is coming to the light because see, we got a lot of perverts. A lot of perverts. They like sitting there going after young kids, okay? But the truth is going to come out. What's hidden in the dark is going to come into the light. And I think that's the reason why, and I'm going to say allegedly, I'm going to say allegedly, but I think that's the reason why when it comes to Maura allowing Lucille to go ahead and have her way on a lot of stuff, maybe because she got something on him. Maybe because she got something on him. That's how I see it, okay? Maybe because she got something on him. Because, why he's sitting there keep pulling rabbits out of the hat just to make her happy and she don't do nothing. Why? Why? Because maybe she got something on him. But like I said, what's in the dark is gonna come to the light. You can't keep thinking that you can continue messing with God's people and thinking that you're gonna get away with it. No, it's not gonna work like that. Mao placenta spell is over. Imagine making smoothie, yes, with placenta and feeding it to him. She's a natural witch. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's why when she had pulled those earrings out and talking about some kind of spell that those earrings would do, and she's gonna send it back to the sender. Make it make sense. Girl, you ain't got no power. You own a land of the motherland, and nowhere in the world, whatever power that you got cannot override what Africa got. Okay, so you own the motherland, honey. You try to play with that, it'll come back to you more than 7 times. But he know who she is. That's why she got that. That's why she got that snake on her daggone wrist. He know exactly who she is. But like I said, it's gonna come back out. What's in the dark going to come back to the light. You cannot get away. I promise you. And you can see that spell is see, look like I'm so low, guys. It's sitting there getting off of her. I mean getting off of him. Um yeah, she got game. While she got game, she left his behind. Yeah, yeah, she got game. What she did was she thought that spell, I got a video somewhere where she was dancing and he was throwing money, all over her, and then she started sitting there. Oh, she was doing a lot of stuff, but what she was doing is she was trying to love bomb him, and it worked it for a while because he saw that pink flesh. He saw that pink flesh. Eva say Starbucks lover. She played it herself. She back with him. They both the streets. Okay. Yes, indeed. Tyler said Rocio is living there and not spending any money. Why can't she buy some kitchen equipment to make herself comfortable when you don't plan to stay? You don't put down permanent roots. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's why she ain't spending nothing. She think that, oh, just because I'm there, I'm YT, I gave you a child, I don't have to pull out nothing. I'm gonna see how long that's gonna last, Rochelle. I'm gonna see how long that's going to last. Okay. Star say, Lord, I can't keep up. It's too much. I'm telling you, this is a lot. It's a lot. And the thing about it's comical. It's comical and it's disturbing. And the reason why you can't sit there saying, "Oh, they making a reality show in Nyabohanse," you, I promise you, you will never last. You will never last one season. And the only reason why you lasting right now is because you don't have the right people to shine the light on all this mess right here. You don't have the right people. They got a few that have their feet on the ground and watching all this where they don't see it as just entertainment. They see the dark side of things. But see, the thing about it is that when it comes to the ones that's in authority, like the chief and the policemen that's in that village, all Mao have to do is sit there and I'm just talking, guys. Just give them a little few crumbs here and there, Just give them a few crumbs here and there. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and check it out. Chris Muslis was is arrested. He's a Canadian. He's over here with me. Oh, okay. Yeah. Also, Lisa K said yes, and because the chief is their family. Oh, okay. So I see why they out there buying acres of land and giving a toy motorcycle. A toy motorcycle. I wonder if that toy motorcycle, that guy is still riding it today. I promise you, it's broke. Probably can't get him off of the dag on out of the daggone village. Lisa said yes, and because the chief is their family, he said today he went to another chief and have results. Absolutely. You know, it had to been something behind all that. It had to been something behind all that right there. Star said everything said is a legend for entertainment purpose only. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because you know when you start shining light on all this stuff, you know how it is. But like I said, ain't nobody mad but the devil, okay? Because no decent woman in their right mind wants model. Absolutely, they know all about him. But the thing about it, she only wanted for a come up. But I think she got something on it because no in the world that this guy, when he built that big old huge mansion, and then wants to pull a heliport. So once he said that, get these old perverted spirits from out of their country, they was going to land on top of his house, and that's why that house right now is sinking. Okay, and God don't play, honey. Sinking, yes. Starbucks says in one of his videos, he said that he works hard for his family and wakes up with a headache every day. Yeah, with her, because and the reason why he said that he wakes up with a headache, because when he was going inside of their bedroom, the bedroom, not at least she could keep that clean. She can't clean none of the other rooms. At least clean the bedroom. She have only one chore to do. Rocio, you got one chore to do, and that's to clean your bedroom. This guy said every time when he come in, he catch a headache. He come in a headache because he see how cluttered that room is. He see how cluttered that room is. Which I guess you waiting for one of them girls to come in and clean it. And I promise you, once them young girls come in to clean that room, they ain't coming out. If anything, you gonna come out. So if you think that you can get a young woman to come in and clean that room, all you doing is open the door for this young woman to stay in that room, okay? And that's real talk, okay? So Starbucks also said, okay, he made it rain for yeah. I could show you a video. I'm not gonna show it today because I'm supposed to come on live around about 5. I don't know. If you guys support this channel, I come and I'm gonna say, yeah, support this channel because like I said, I enjoy coming on. But also when it comes to YouTube is not gonna push no channel where nobody is watching, just a handful. So make sure if you like this content, guys, make sure you go ahead and share this live and support it, so we can go ahead and get more people in because my numbers are going down. Okay, the numbers are going not down because I don't have the viewers. Okay. Also, Eva said that the chief and the police, they are on the take in the village. They are all on the take in the village. My God, like I said, is go over their heads. Okay, go over their head. That's how I see it. But I'm gonna make sure I go ahead and check it out. Girl, everything I said here is what they say on the YouTube streets. I just repeating what I heard on the curb. Absolutely, honey. And you keep sitting there talking because something is not right. Like Fader Park said, something is not right in the buttermilk. So, guys, on that note, I hope you guys enjoyed this show. All this right here is alleged for entertainment purpose only. You air it out, you are free game. So only ones that's going to get mad, and that's the ones that's sitting there putting out their doggone trash. Okay, but like I said, what's done in the dark will come to the light. But we already know when it comes to Rocio, she only sat there and what she was doing is she was faking it until she making it. And now what they are doing, they are seeing straight through it. Because just like I said, when it came to Congress mom, when she, and I'm talking about Rocio, when Rocio went ahead and crossed her, that spell had broke, okay? that spell has broke, because you cannot mess with mama, okay? So that witchcraft or whatever stuff that she think that she out there trying to practice on that villager, they gonna end up driving her out of that village, okay? Back with just the clothes on her back, and that's real talk. So guys, on that note, you all be blessed. Thank you for joining my live. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna come on today. Make sure you go ahead and support it, guys, because I promise you, YouTube does not send my videos out just to a handful. And because, like I said, you got to watch it. You got to watch the videos, okay? And I'm not going to dummy myself down thinking, oh, my stuff is boring. My stuff is not entertaining. The stuff that I saw, honey, trust me, it makes my stuff top of the line. And that's real talk, unapologetic and non-biased. So you all be blessed and enjoy your day. So if I come on around about 5, make sure you support my channel. And that's real talk, unapologetic and non-biased.